check. 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then they bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then they bust it open for your B-O-Y. Bend it, boy, you're rocking for you, lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now.
Come on, blaze, so you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Girl, what's up? What's up? Happy Sunday. This isn't a normal. I normally don't go live on Sundays, but I didn't go watch football and do the thing today because I'm going to prepare myself to go to a New Year's Eve party. You feel me? So I need everybody to get up in here and like the video and get up in here, girl. Come on into the house. Come on to the dollhouse. We got some things to discuss. We're going to be discussing Royce Reed, giving details about the situation with Dwight Howard, some that I already kind of expected. Given the entire, why my head, you know, my forehead already big, girl. Given what we've been going through, or what we've been seeing, with the situation with her son and things of that nature. And then we're also going to talk about Math Hoffa goes live to basically talk loud and don't say nothing. We gonna get into it. Y'all get in here and like the video. This will not be a long live. I got things to do, but I want to get right into it. Now, before we do that, let me say this too. Shout out to Sherelle's World, AT2, and all of that. I was watching the crap that was going on over there behind the Jaguar and Sean Atwood thing. I hate that they kind of split up. I really do. I hate that. I think that what Sherelle is doing is a good thing as far as the Sean Atwood dude, because I don't know what's going on with that clear boy. I don't know where he come from and what's going on. I really wish that petty beefs didn't get in the way of it, but I wish them all the best, and I will be keeping my head keeping my ears to the street with what's going on. Also, Jagala. Hey, Dimple Pop, thank you for the super chat. Got the nails back. Girl, see, I was thinking that when I was getting them done today. I said, now my people who've been around for a long time know that I always had nails. I just stopped getting nails in the last like 6 months, maybe 8 months, something like that, because I've been back and forth braiding my hair like this. But I figured, you know what, go into the new year with a full set. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead on in the new year with a full set, fat. So I went sat down like this and let the lady do my nails. Thank you, Dimple Pop. Thank you, Dimple Pop. But no, like I was saying, the whole Sean Atwood thing, the stuff that, shout out to Storm Radio too, the stuff that they done pulled up, girl, a time. Yeah. But where I was going with this, the Jagala, I saw her over there dragging with AT2 and another clear woman, and it's the clears and the clears and the clears, and I'm over here saying, please keep the clears out of the black tea. I done put this damn ponytail too tight. Hold on, girl. I don't want my brain to fall out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, off that, we about to get right into the tea. Now, before we get into the FBA thing, I'm going to get the Royce Reed thing over with. So, Royce Reed, ex-wife or girlfriend of Dwight Howard, she was also on Basketball Wives Miami. Yeah, I think that was one of the old Basketball Wives. Wasn't that the first one? Yeah, she was on that first Basketball Wives show. Let me get her up here so y'all can look at her and see what I'm talking about. Y'all get in here and like the video. Like the video, like the video, like the video. Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Get in here and like the video. So, what's the girl name? Oh, Royce Reed. Royce Reed is the ex. Royce Reed is the ex. Let me pause it up right quick. Well, I'll just let her roll. Royce Reed is the ex basketball player's girlfriend. She has a baby by Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard he used to play for the Lakers. Did he play for the Heat? I know he played for the Magic. Orlando. Yeah, he played for the Magic. Who else he played? Dwight Howard done played for damn near everybody. He one of those basketball, pass arounds, if it makes sense. So, she has recently come out, I guess, saying that he had been like trolling her on the low. I don't know what's been going on. I haven't been keeping up with this. But in the past, it was said that her son, which is the son that they share together, essayed other children or another child. Okay, this is all alleged. I don't know it to be a fact, but I want to say it is a fact. I don't know. But long story short, as a mother, she stood by her child. Lord Jesus, I'm so glad I've never been in no situation like that. But she stood by her child. A lot of things were said. She was quiet for years and years and scolds and blows. And then all of a sudden now, out of the blue to me, because I don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. Somebody in the chat might be able to enlighten me. But all of a sudden now, she's coming out showing that, yes, oh yeah, I heard about that too. And that's what she's going to expound on too. The child was also being essayed. And let me tell you something, when children do those type of things, 99.9% of the times it's because they've experienced it as well. Okay. So that they don't come up with this stuff, out the blue. This is something that they've experienced. So long story short, Royce Reed has come out of the hiding and said she's tired of being bullied and she got a story to tell. And now she's going to go into those details. Y'all get the likes up on the video. And we're going to get right into it. Hold on. Let me go back here. Hold on. Dang, the volume.
Beginning July 31st, 2004 to now, I had a baby by Superman. July 31st, 2004, I was at the movies at Downtown Disney with two of my friends. When three male figures walk in, one looking to be about an inch away from being a midget, the other very skinny and he had a bad acne problem, and another one who is extremely tall. As they come over to the concession stand, we are greeted with, "Y'all in my book." Our response was, "What book?" He goes, "My yearbook." I then respond, "No, sweetie, I'm grown." He goes, "No, my magic book. Y'all used to dance with the magic." Oh, yes. He's like, "I'm the rookie." Oh, hey. That's how that went. Okay.
I don't know why this is.
And he was talking about, "Oh, y'all not dancing this year, that we left them with the Lion King." Like it was a bunch of niceties and goofiness, and that was it. He still had braces. It was nothing. So we go to see The Notebook, and they go to see something that I used to think was Transformers, but it was something along those lines. I don't know. Maybe iRobot. I don't know. Anyway, about 10, 20 minutes into our movie, I go to the bathroom because I am now in a full-blown argument with my then boyfriend, who is breaking up with me because he is swearing that I'm at the movies with a dude. Very insecure, and it was just an ongoing thing.
Just out of curiosity, what does this have to do with the allegations? I feel like we need to skip this because right here is just saying that she's talking about how he cheated on her before becoming pregnant with the son, and he said he thought she was on birth control. Because I mean, okay, girl, messy bun and all. Let's get to the tea.
Hey y'all, it's Royce. And this is my story about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004 to now, all because I had a baby by Superman, part 2. We left off with, "I thought you were on birth control." I'd like for it to be noted that I had not been on birth control our entire relationship. He was very aware, and also as to why he was not against it. Also, I'd like for it to be noted that there was no attempt to pull out that particular day, whereas in the past, he would move so fast that he would run into the dresser drawers. So let's continue. About a week went on and there was a little bit of communication, and the communication was regarding terminating the pregnancy. I was told that he would help me. I just needed to get to Orlando and we would do it there.
Okay,
Not a problem.
All right, girl. I get it. You on your my girl is on her what's the tease? She's on her, what's the girl who said who did I marry? She on them type of teas. We not on that. Let's get right here is where it matters. Shout out to Royce, but girl, I ain't gonna lie, 80% of us don't care about all of that. Let's get into it. The baby here.
Hey y'all, it's Royce, and I'm back again to tell you about how my life changed beginning July 31st, 2004, and still now, all because I had a baby by Superman, part 3. We are now in January of 2008, and I am at my cousin's house, the same cousin that stays around the corner from him. He calls and he says that he wants to come and have a talk with me. I said, okay. He comes by. Superman is bearing gifts. There's a brand new car outside for me, a Lexus SUV, a brand new Sidekick phone, and he offers to buy me a house. After talking it over with my dad, my mom, it was absolutely not, because the house is not going to be in your name, and it's something that he can take from you at any moment if he gets mad. So I declined it. He then said, well, let me refurnish your townhouse. Okay. I was not asked about any type of furniture. They just showed up at my door one day and just started bringing stuff in. No lie. I had no say so. When it came down to me needing diapers and bottles and now formula, because I'm no longer able to breastfeed, my body wasn't producing enough milk. His mom did at one point come by with a bunch of diapers. I was very thankful, but that was it. There was nothing else. There was no help. There was nothing. At this point, I auditioned for a dancing gig at Holy Land, and I got the gig. So I began dancing in late January. So now I have a job. I'm working. On the days that I had to work, my child was with my parents, and on occasion, he would be with his father and the nanny and his girlfriend. Well, there were days where he would come home from seeing or spending time with his father, and he would be very colicky, throwing up, like sick. I mean, fevers, would have to take him to the doctor. It was a lot. That relationship he was in ended. I find out later on that the reason my child was returned super colicky, sick, throwing up, all these things, only to then be told it was because they were purposely giving him food that was opposite of what he was eating. I would pack a bag and I would have it listed of what he should be eating for lunch, for dinner, all these things.
Is it just me? I swear I'm not impatient. Maybe I am impatient, but I don't. Royce, go to what we want to talk about. Like the semantics, some people might want to know about that, but most of us don't care. Like, okay, he was a shitty father. What else do we have?
Trying to micromanage, and they decided that they were just going to give him whatever they wanted to give him. Okay, I let it go, y'all. Now, again, we've had the birthday party. We've had our Christmas. Things seem to be going okay, right? We've now gone to mediation, and in mediation, we agreed to a child support number, and it was drastically, probably a third of what one of my attorneys.
I'm trying to get to the part where they're saying that he threw the little boy into the wall and forced to perform essay that she didn't agree with. All right, let's just go to part 4. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, girl. You long-winded. Sorry.
It's Royce. And this is my story about how my life changed beginning July 31st.
Wait, no. I don't care. I swear I don't care. Hold on. All right, we saw that one. Let's go here. This might be the one.
Versus what was being done. So his sister and him coming on my live yesterday and commenting, and I'm so happy I didn't see it because I was just so into speaking. I'm so happy I didn't see it because had I probably would have said a lot more, such as their older brother molesting them. Okay? I'm just going to put it out there. And y'all might be like, oh my God, did she just say that? Yes, the fuck I said it. Because the same thing happened to my son for 5 years and nobody did shit.
So she's alleging that Dwight Howard's older brother M-worded him. And then she's saying that the same thing happened to her child. So this must be the incest families like Rockhead and them.
Okay? So when you're dealing with a family who has had sexual assault and molestation in their family, and they hid it, they went to church. Heal my son. Okay? And it was a half brother, so it wasn't the mother's son, it was the father's older son. But finding out about all this stuff, and I've heard it before, but I didn't hear it necessarily in depth when he was crying on my shoulder about things that had happened to him and his sister. I kept it. But then when it started happening more and more and more, and now you're trying to basically be quiet and you're trying to act like it didn't happen. There was an entire interview that was done about this brother and how much he loved him and everything. You go on Google, or you go on Bing or whatever these little search engines are, you don't see them shits.
So let me ask you a question. Because again, I heard about these allegations years and years ago, but I didn't really go into it. But I really, this is a real question. When the allegations came out against her son, didn't her son get arrested or something? Somebody put it down in the chat. Y'all know better than me. But her son, I think, either went into custody or something. Why wasn't this said before? Now, I've heard somebody say an NDA must have been out or like it must have ran up or something like that. But my thing is, does the NDA say that you can't talk about his past trauma if there is an NDA? Like, it's just so many questions I had because, okay, that was damn near 10 years. I felt like it was 10 years ago. Somebody can help me out. But you're telling me that he has past trauma. And it doesn't make him look worse. It actually, to me, it actually makes me understand why, not understand, but now it makes more sense why the behavior would be repeated. Now, I did see that he was engaged to Amy Luciani from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and she just don't know how to pick and pull Amy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said she was under a gag order by the courts. But okay, so I did see that he's engaged to her. Good luck, Amy girl, because they say he liked the little boys. Not the little boys, but the boys. So good luck with that. But ultimately, people are speculating that now she's coming out with this now because he just announced his engagement to Amy. But yeah, girl, Amy Janelle. Yes, she did. Yes, he did. He got engaged to Amy girl. But my thing is just like, why didn't you say this when all of the stuff and all of the heat was coming down on your son? Like, hey, this is a generational situation. You know what I mean? His father has gone through things. My child, you know what I mean? And somebody say she may have been under a gag order. I'm not sure of that. But it does look, and I'm not saying that it is, because I don't know what it is. It does look a little suspect, if it makes sense. Well, okay, let me ask you a question. To everybody in the chat who's saying she had a gag order, can you send me the receipt to show me that was the case? Can you send me a video of her saying that she's under a gag order or something like that? If you can, because I realize on the internet a lot of people just be repeating stuff, but I want to know why now and not before. Just if anybody can show me where she says she's under a gag order or it has an NDA or something like that. Okay. Supreme Gift Queen said it's on that live. Okay, well, I'm not going through the whole live. But ultimately, even still, depending on what the gag order spoke about, it's just like the way she presented it was, oh, since you want to mess with me, I told you to leave me alone. Now, boom, 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 boom. it do give me like, well, girl, what's tea? Like, what are you saying? Like, it almost seemed like she was provoked to say what she's saying versus I can talk now because the gag order is up. Does it make sense? Because if it was just a matter of, you know what, I was under a gag order, now I can talk. This is what I want to say. But it was like, oh, you've been messing with me, so now I'm gonna say what I got to say. Bye. I don't know. Let me let her finish because this is a lot.
You don't see them at all. All those stories have been wiped clean. So when people tell you that something is on the internet, or when something is on the internet, it's on there forever, that's a fucking lie. Money can get shit removed. Okay? There is not one story about that brother anymore. But yes, that is the brother that molested his sister for years. And they still sent her to spend time with him during the summer. The only time that brother went to jail was when he molested his own daughter. And she told. People are mandated reporters. Okay? That's why his ass finally went to jail. It wasn't because of what he had done to the brother, him, his sister, none of that. Because they believe God can handle it. All right? So for 5.5 fucking years, my child was molested. And I knew it. I threatened the nanny. Well,
Wait. Pause. Because something just dawned on me. She said that he had told her about the brother M-wording the sister and possibly him. So she knew that the family was on that type of time. No? Like, am I reading this wrong? I'm not trying to be. Listen, I'm just thinking about me having a child with somebody. If I met a guy and he tells me that, oh, my brother used to M-word my sister, yeah, I'm probably not gonna mess with you, and I damn sure ain't gonna reproduce with you. You know what I mean? Again, I could be reading this wrong. I'm just saying, because she said he told me about that and I never said nothing. So I'm just trying to, let me go ahead, girl.
Let me not say threaten, because like I said before, I promised her if I found out that she was doing something to my child, we're going to have a problem. When I found that out, what happened? I get ghosted, y'all. I now know nothing about what is going on in that house. And that's why I ended video 3. So I'm doing video 4 right now on live. All right. So let's talk about it. My child continued to come home. As he got older, he started stating certain things. Mind you, I am now in court because I'm refusing to let my child go over to his father's house. Wouldn't you, as a mother, if you know that your child is being touched, wouldn't you as a mother not allow your child to go somewhere regardless?
Somebody help me out in the comments. Did she file a police report? Does she had any type of thing that she could bring to the court and say, Your Honor, this is why I don't want my child here because I have a report here of an incident, or 2 or 3, whatever. This is a question. This is a question.
Regardless of what the fuck the system says, I'm pretty sure you would. But what y'all saw on the internet, what y'all saw in the blogs and on the news, who I thought was real. I always thought the news was real. I'm sure a lot of us did growing up. We thought if it's on Channel 9, Channel 2, WESH, what all these other shits are, they have to be telling the truth, right? No, they don't. They say whatever the fuck they want to say. Obviously, look who our president is. Or y'all president. Anyway, moving on. After I made that threat, I was told very little about what was going on in the house. When I would call to check on my child, nobody would answer. There was an assistant there by the name of Mrs. R. I'm going to say Mrs. R because she really did try to help me. When I was telling her about how I felt, she was like, well, I don't trust her anyway because she's been caught on camera stealing clothes. Oh, but she's still the nanny. That's crazy to me. But anyway, Cool. Let's move forward. My child is still being dropped off at home. And as I'm giving him baths, he's playing with himself. But in a way that's not like normal, because I asked the doctor about it and I'm like, is he supposed to be doing this? I know like boys, you know, they get erections fast, but like, is it normal for them to do this, do that? And she's like, absolutely not. She's like, you need to start writing things down in a journal. Do I need to go get my journal? Do I need to go get my phones? Because I have all the emails of where I talked about this. But let's move on. We now go to court because I'm denying visitation. That's how it was put on the internet. That's how it was put in the news, that I am being taken to court again because I am unable to work with. I am not following the agreement that we have. I am just.
Okay. So let me just say what I think about the situation. First of all, I think it's unfortunate. I feel bad for the little boy. I feel horrible for the little boy. Yeah, she is right. The NBA will clean up a lot of stuff. Yes, celebrities have stuff removed from the internet all the time. Y'all remember when Kim Kardashian had that horrible beach photo where her booty was sagging out? And remember she had that thing scrubbed from the internet? Hell, Joe Biden had his son smoking that pipe scrubbed from the internet, but they bought it back. You know what I mean? But look, you can do that. You can do that. But I'll say this. I do believe that he was N-worded, SA'd. I do believe that. I know that that's a thing in families. And I do believe that whatever that little boy went through probably is, or more than likely is, the reason why he allegedly did to other people what he did. Okay. So let's start that first. I do believe it. I do believe what she's saying. I think my only part that I'm having an issue with is, if you knew prior to y'all getting this deep into the relationship with the child, you probably should not have had a child with him. Number one. Number two, let's say you didn't know, or let's say something you did know, you were trying to get away, and then boom, you got pregnant. I get it. He has the most money. He has the influence. He got the NBA behind him. She can't fight that. So I get that. But you couldn't go file no police reports. Like, when your son is, talk to the CPS worker. Yeah. But you didn't go down there to the courthouse and file no police records. So then when you get down to court for child support, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was, about custody and all of that, you could have been like, Your Honor. He'd be like, oh, she keeping me away from my child. And I can say, Your Honor, the reason why I'm keeping him away from his child is because, look, on this occasion, I filed a police report that my child was boom on this day, and on this day and on that day, and I have document, plus I have the CPS worker with her ledger showing da. So moving forward, Your Honor, I would ask that I don't have an issue with my child going to see his father, but this person and that person who these reports are filed against, I don't want my child in the vicinity of those people. If my child is to be found in the vicinity of those people, Your Honor, I ask that he be filed in some sort of a contempt, because this person, documented by the police, has, boom. That's just me. Because it's hard to keep him, it's hard to keep him away from his child. I know that. Trust me, I know that. For a regular person, let alone a celebrity like a basketball player, because I don't know if y'all noticed, when Dwight Howard first came into the league, he was like the next Shaq. Big old, I used to call him shoulders. Big old tall dude with the small head and the wide shoulders. Everybody wanted Dwight Howard until we all found out he was soft. But I called it, because let me tell you why I called it. I called it because when I first seen him, I was like, oh, he cute. This is when he was young. Then, I don't know, certain little things I started to saying, something about him I can't quite put my finger on. And then as the time went by, most men started saying he's soft. And then we started noticing the things of the things. But I'm saying all that to say, I think if there's any fault for Royce, I think that Royce probably could have done things a little bit differently. But other than that, I hate that this happened to her child. I hate that he is a product of that family, because it seemed like that's some genetic thing going on over there, child. If that's even possible, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I ain't gonna hold you. This is just me. I would die before I allow my child, because she told Dwight, I don't want my child around your sister. If I find out my child around, so you know the sister around there and the brother whoever around there doing a little touchy-feely. I don't know. Carmen said I gotta watch parts 1 through 4, girl. She's too long-winded, but you're right. Before I can really speak on it, I probably have to do that. But Dwight Howard is very loose-wristed. And the fact that he with Amy Luciani, hold on, let me get her up here. Amy, girl, you so dumb. You should have went back with Mozzie, girl. Hold on. She should have went back with Mozzie. Oh, Amy. At least Mozzie, you know what I mean? Mozzie might be selling t-shirts in front of the Quick Trip. Yes, he might be. But girl, like, at least you ain't got to worry about things like this. Look. Could lead to lonely hearts. Big, look, she got him dressed. He got her dressed like a nigga with a ball cap. Ooh, Amy. Unless she hired on to be his beard. Girl, what is you doing? Oh, Amy, don't let him touch you like that. Oh, Lord, Amy. Amy, don't you have no churn with him? Because see, a lot of women like to do that. See, when it's the other woman and they the new woman, they want to act like, oh, that's just her. Girl, don't you have no churn with him? Don't you have, girl, Amy, please. They say you want to churn. Please don't have no churn with this Negro. But they together, girl. They together. Royce, my heart goes out to Royce and her baby. You know what I'm saying? And the victims, because they say her son victimized, they say her boyfriend, the boy, or something like that. Oh my God. Aqua Son said, Amy said she tired of paying. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I understand to an extent. Not a chomo, but all the other stuff, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't about, if kids wasn't involved, I signed up to be a man's beard. I sure would. What's up? Who need a beard? Call me. Sure would. And I'll be online saying, my man. Now you're gonna have to pay me. It's gonna cost you a little coin. But I will get on here and say, yes, that's my husband. That's my husband. Yes. We're in love. Yes, we are. Yeah, we can hug in the streets. We can't kiss on the mouth though, but we can hug. I'll let you roll on my little booty or whatever the case may be while we're in the streets, or the people think it's real. We can hold hands. I don't want you kissing me in my mouth because I don't know what you got going on. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I'll let you kiss me on my neck. I'll let you give me a hickey. You'll give me, we call it a passion mark in New Orleans. I'll let you get in a passion mark. You give me a passion mark right here on my neck. And I'll go live and be like, girl, he be playing all day, girl. I don't know why he be doing that. He just can't keep his hands off of me. I do a whole live. Girl, yeah, me and my husband, girl. Look at what he did. I was like, boy, get off of me. Like, he just play. Like, I don't understand. Babe, I love you. I sure will beard up girl. It's rough. The economy is bad. Now y'all can't sit up here and act like y'all above it. I'm not. I'm below it. The economy is bad. If you're looking for a beard, call me. Okay? Call me. No actual contact and no kissing on the mouth. Everything else goes. We can roll it out. We can roll it out. Yes, ma'am. Jay St. Clair, thank you for the super chat. Love you, Vu down. Love you down, Vu. But off topic, while I catch you live, this was streaming. What's that streaming service you be talking about where the movies and TV shows are free? Broken Silence. Silence with a Z. BrokenSilence.net. That's what it is. Broken Silence with a Z.net. You can find movies, videos, hell, I think they got sports on there too. But all of the TV shows, that's where I be getting my TV show stuff from. Broken Silence with a Z.net. That's the name of it. Thank you, Jay St. Clair. The Don, thank you for the super chat. The gag order was she's not allowed to say Dwight Howard's name. That's why she was saying Superman. Well, then hell, tell us about what happened to Superman when he was a child. But say something. You know what I mean? Say something, you know? Yay. Shout out. Y'all get it. Y'all like the video. Miss Parker, thank you for the super chat. I don't allow my kids around one of my family members because they are known for SA. You have to protect your kids. Never leave them alone. Exactly. And that's unfortunate. Most of us have that situation in our families, but I don't know, girl. I'm going under the grave behind mine. But you know. But again, I'm not in that super situation. So we about to get into the Matt Hoffa situation. Divine Empress, thank you for the super chat. She says, boo, the likes aren't liking. I know you lying. Where we at on likes? Why we got to go through this every day? Every time I come on here, this is Sunday jokes. I don't even joke y'all on Sundays. But here I am on Sundays. I ain't asking you for your little coins. I ain't asking you for nothing but a nasty old like. I say, drop me a nasty old like, and y'all don't want to like. Nope. This y'all every time. We go through this every time. Hey, y'all, can y'all like the video? This y'all.
Yeah.
Hey.
You get your fucking hands off me.
Drop me a nasty old like, please. It's free. This is Sunday jokes. I don't even joke y'all on Sundays. Like, come on now, it's free. Damn, y'all act like I'm asking for. I don't understand. Y'all act like I want your virginity or something, girl. It's just the like button. Hit the like button. Son, thank you for the super chat. How you got them is how you lose them. No YT weddings. Absolutely. Absolutely. But, you know, shout out to Dwight Howard and his new beard. I mean, new fiance. I hope that they have the life that they deserve together. Yes, I do. And Amy Luciani, if you come on here crying on Love and Hip Hop, you know I dragged you anyway, bitch. If you come your ugly ass on here crying because that nigga done slept with the doorman, I'ma drag you down to the ground. Do you understand me? Take that off. Matter of fact, Dwight, put a gag on that bitch. Tell her she can't say Superman. Tell her she can't say Dwight Howard. Matter of fact, tell her she can't say basketball. How about that? She can't even say Jersey. She can't say, put the gag on, put the muzzle on that bitch. Please, thank you. Now let's move on to get why we here, okay? Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Now, girl, y'all know, shout out to FBA in the building. Before we get into this FBA y'all, let me say this. If you are interested in that type of content, please meet me on the Morning Jose at Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. That's where I really have this type of content. I really don't do that type of content over here. I kind of keep this more or less like important, not important, but not so serious, more tease of, oh girl, this ponytail killing me. But not necessarily. This is the more playful channel, but I missed my Morning Jose on Friday. Hold on, girl. I got to take this ponytail down. Hold on. But I missed my Morning Jose on Friday. Yes, non-political. Thank you, Kim. I missed my my Morning Jose on Friday, and so much been going on over the weekend. I didn't want to let the weekend go by without, you know what I mean, talking about it. So if you are interested in this sort of content, this is normally not where I do this content. To all the new people dropping by the dollhouse, you can catch me at Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. That's Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. I do a Morning Jose. We speak more on political issues such as this. We speak more on political issues such as this. Black issues. We speak on. We do some josing over there too on the T, but for the most part, it's more news-ish type of tea, and that's where we talk a lot of this content. So if you're interested in this type of content, it normally will be held at Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. That's my main page. This here is the backup page, even though people don't believe that, because this page get more action. But don't worry about it. The main page get more action too. Okay. Now, FBA stand the entire F up because we got some things going on. Me and Mrs. Jones, okay? So let's get Matt Hoffa. Shout out, first of all, before we get into, shout out to Sarah, the General, Sarah Suisetti. I was over there on his channel this morning because I missed his live yesterday. Shout out to the General, bro. But the General was over there talking about math, and he showed a video of Math getting knocked out by a skim milk. I couldn't believe it. I said, what? Not big old Math. Girl, the people is around here saying, listen to me and listen. Should I play? Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see it? Put a one in the chat if you want to see it before we get into it. Because, girl, the general had put on them. He basically had said that Math is soft, and the reason why he's so into these clears and these skim milks is because they done put the paws on him or something like that. Girl, y'all is messy. Y'all putting them ones up here. Girl, y'all is messy. Shout out to the general. General, let me use your little clip right quick. We about to roll over there right quick to the general, man. The general had something. Man, look, when I seen that, because at first when he said it at the beginning of the live, I was like, I ain't never heard of that. Now, what happened? And then when he played it at the end, man, I said, I know you lying to me. The general said, no wonder that nigga so empathetic to the clears. Well, he didn't use the word clears. You know, that's my little thing. But he said because Math had some subtraction going on around there, something like that. And girl played the video, girl. Let's get into it. Oh, girl, this is so bad. Shout out to the general, bro. You know, my mama been watching SETI and them for years. Before I even came on YouTube, my mama watched SETI and them. That's how I know about them. All of them. SETI, what's his name? The House of Consciousness. My mama knew about all them people. Now, yes, Math is a Caribbean. He said it's people from Barbados or something like that. But Math, girl, this the boy who let Fat Joe on the channel. Not him, but Math is the one we're talking about. He's the guy who let Fat Joe on the channel and say FBA is a bunch of broke ass niggas or something like that, or whatever the case may be. Now let's get into the general, and the general is going to show us how Math was in because you know he do hard poetry. Math, he used to do hard poetry. Y'all know that's battle rapping for the New York people. Shout out to my people in New York. And they say he was in a battle rap, and they say the clear boy cold clocked him, and not only cold clocked him, beat the living daylights out of Math. Y'all, let's get into it. Get the likes up on the video, y'all, because y'all just messy for one to even see this. Y'all is messy. Okay, let's get into it.
They still want to be I can't even play no more of this shit because he really didn't say a motherfucking thing. But I wanted to play the part where he talked about, you know, he like white women. Yeah, I say, oh, oh. Yeah, but you ain't gonna. But listen to. But they ain't gonna talk. He ain't gonna talk about when that Cro-Magnon rocked his jaw.
Either one of them is fine with me. We're gonna beat the living algebra out of you.
I will. Don't dare me to. Yeah.
Watch him still up. Boom.
Wait. Are y'all clocking? Are y'all clocking what we just saw? Now, they doing hard poetry. Now, this hard poetry is like dice. It's very tricky. It can get very tricky. Yes, this was years ago. But this hard poetry it could go like a dice game. You don't know how it's gonna go out. You don't know what a nigga own tight tees. You know the hard poetry people. Now, I ain't never been to a hard poetry session. I've only seen it on YouTube back when Remy had the cut on her lip, and I used to watch her. But anyways, the general pointed out, yes, Great T, yes, over a battle rap. This is like dice in New York. All they got is Tim's, puff jackets, cold weather, and hard poetry. Yes, it gets real over the hard poetry. Great T, where have you been? See, you on the West Coast, you don't know. You're not used to watching the hard poetry like I used to watch it. You know what I'm saying? It gets real in the field. When them people get to hollering about their hard poetry, yes, you might get popped. You know what I mean? You ever seen niggas play dice and got scared? That's how it be at hard poetry. So I'm just saying, you got to understand. If you ain't never seen it or you ain't from there, you don't know. But that's what happened. Now, the general gonna run it back. Shout out to General SETI, man. The general gonna run it back. And the fact that not only did the clear boy cold clock him, he beat him up after that. That was the part that sent me through. Math, did you even pinch the like? Did you even swing back? Like, get up! Like, y'all get the likes up on the video now. Y'all want to be messy, but don't want to watch the video. But don't want to like the video. But y'all want to be messy and see the swing. Okay? Come on now. Now let's get into it. Shout out to General Setti, man.
Damn. Ooh, let's run that back, y'all.
Battle or a fight? What you people really trying to see? Because I don't give a fuck. Either one of them is fine with me. We're going to beat the living algebra out of you.
I will. Don't dare me to, yeah.
Watch it.
When he said he was gonna beat the algebra out of math, I thought he was just saying that in the line, but he really meant that. Yay. So allegedly, well, it's not alleged because we seen it. So yeah, they had said that's why Math is a sympathizer of the Clears over there with Fat Joe and them, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, the Clear man, they say not only did he pop him, he beat him. You know what I'm saying? Melissa said, blood clot, blood, 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 blood. Ain't that song? Yeah. What does sing? Let me stop playing with y'all. I don't know how the song go. I just be seeing it on the movies and stuff. And I heard when Shine did the remix. So you know what I mean? I don't know. You know, I don't be down there in Jamaica like that. Let's go.
God damn.
One more time.
We're gonna beat the living algebra out of you.
I will. Don't dare me to, yeah.
Watch
The clear boy lick really hit him right here. He supposed to connect up here, but it really hit him right here. Probably knocked all the trachea out of Math. Now you know that's wrong. Probably knocked the whole throat out of Math. No, he couldn't say nothing. That's why he couldn't swing back. He was trying to catch his breath. That is a shame. To the Clear man, why would you do that to Math? Why would you do that, Mr. Clear man? And Math, where was your little partners at? They let you get popped like that? Oh, hell, if I'm with anybody, I don't give a damn if I'm with a child. Bitch. I don't give a care. I don't give a damn if I'm with a 5-year-old. If you see me get popped and you stand there, oh yeah, you got to see me about that. What is you talking about? Blood. Blood. What is going on? Where's the camaraderie? I thought the New York people stick together. He ain't had nobody out there from New York. What is going on? Girl. Oh my God. Shout out to the general, bro. Yeah. But anyways, now I know Math gonna try to drag me down to the ground when I play his content, but you know, it is what it is. Now, so shout out to General Cyrus Setti. He been doing this for years, scolds and blows. My mama loves Setti. But anyway, yeah, we got to get into Math. So we all know Fat Joe, fat, funky, Fat Joe, got on him and said FBA is a bunch of broke niggas, radical racists. Remember he said all of that? Yeah, you know, buzzwords, trigger words, dog whistles, to basically get people to label Black Americans as a hate group. And what happens here a lot is what we're seeing is that what these people do is, in order to make the narrative match their agenda, they just denigrate the narrative or denigrate the people they're speaking of. The clear people do it all the time. They did it, like I told y'all before, they did it to the Black Panthers. They did it to Malcolm X. They did it to any group of people who decided that they don't want to fall in line with the power structure. Now, this is one thing I want to bring up. Even when Matt comes up with his, when Matt does his video, I learned this, and this is not for everybody, but for the ones that I've been looking at, right? The mindsets of the blacks here versus the mindsets of the blacks abroad are eerily different. We've all gone through some things, yes, but our mindsets are different, right? What do I mean by that? There are some blacks in America who coon. There are some blacks in America who just like to go along to get along. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, most of the blacks in America have more of a radical approach as it pertains to the clears who oppress us, right? So when you speak to the average black person in America about a clear, the most of the time, no cap, most of the time you're going to get a negative response, like, oh man, I'm effing bop, 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 bop. You know what I mean? Because we have more of in America typically Americans have black Americans, I'm sorry, we have more of a situation to where we resent them people. Does that make sense? And given the opportunity, for a lot of us, for the most part, we want our lick back. If that makes sense. And that's the mentality, not all black Americans, but there's a collective of us, a large collective of us, if not most of us, that actually resent these folks. If we knew we had an opportunity for a fact today to get our lick back, the lick getting back. Like, it's no question about it. And as a matter of fact, we resent them folks so much to where if we get the opportunity to get that lick back and somebody who is of us step in the way, we'll pop them too. Does that make sense? Like, that's the mindset of the black American. I noticed when I started paying attention to not all, but some of the Africans and some of the Caribbeans, and not all the Caribbeans, but a lot of them just accept it. Not all of them. So this, if it's not you, I'm not talking about you, because I know we can't say a whole collective of anybody. But I noticed that a lot of them just realize, oh, this is what it is, and I just have to accept it. And a lot of them even go a step further, where they literally like want to be alongside their oppressors. Does that make sense? So meaning, instead of on the black American side, we will battle you for getting in the way of getting our lick back. It typically I find that a lot on the other side with the Caribbeans and the Africans, not all. A lot of them will get in the way of you trying to get to the master. Like, they will protect the master where we will bat you down for protecting the master. Not all. So please, I love my Caribbean people. Y'all know I feel like we have a kinship with Caribbean people. We do. Africans, I love my Africans that stayed in Africa. The other ones, But anyways, let's move on. So with that being said, and you know, and the only reason I said not all of the Caribbeans, because I know when I went to Antigua and Barbuda this past summer, them people don't like them. Oh girl, they just as radical as us down there. But it's majority black. They don't have a lot of clear people over there. They got a few Asians that's starting to trickle in or whatever. But for the most part, one of the first things the dude told me, the driver who he ended up being our driver the whole trip. But one of the first things dude told me was, what I love, what's different between us and a lot of the other Caribbeans is it's all black. He said 99% black. He was like, we don't like and he started going in. He started talking like a nigga over here. So I was like, oh, okay. And as I looked around the island, I started to see, unless these people was down at the resort, I didn't see no clears. And I went downtown. I always go to the local areas. So, you know, I did see. So it's not all Caribbeans. It's not all Jamaicans. It's not all Bahamians. It's just there's a large collective of them who like to just lay down. We are more radical when it comes to our approach of the oppressor. They're not. And that's the difference that we have. And this is why it's important that we understand that this N-word situation, because he's going to talk about that too. But this whole N-word situation where it's like, oh, well, we grew up together. It's a New York thing. Y'all wouldn't know. Y'all wouldn't understand. First of all, for the people in New York who think like Matt, because not all people in New York think like Matt. They got people in New York, Jersey, and all that who ain't with that. But for the people in New York who think like that, I urge you to look outside of New York. I get it. New York is the Mecca, it's the capital of America, all of that. No, it's DC, but y'all like the capital that everybody care about, right? But there's a New York is this big. New York is this big, and America is this big. Does that make sense? So instead of you, the small people in New York, telling the rest of America to just, you don't understand because you're not from New York, so you need to mind your business. How about the New Yorkers try to understand the perspective of the entire America, because we're the majority, not you. They come into this melting pot and they feel like that melting pot is indicative of America, and it's not. And it's one thing for you to accept a clear Hispanic like Fat Joe calling you the N-word and monkeys and things of that nature. That's one thing. But it's a whole nother situation for you to then turn to me and tell me that I should accept it because I don't understand the culture in New York. Never gonna happen. And let me say this, to Southern Negroes, you have a better chance of winning the lottery to have than for a Southern Negro to just buy that it's a cultural New York thing. That don't go like that for us. It just doesn't. A lot of my Chicago people may feel the same. A lot of my Detroit people, my Philly people, I'm not sure. I'm not up there. I can only speak for the South, like Tennessee down to the Gulf, Texas to the Carolinas. I can't speak on no other part of the Americas. I done been all up and through them places. Tennessee down to the Gulf, Texas to the Carolinas. We don't play like that. We just don't. Again, this is no knock to nobody else. So when I hear Matt say stuff like, well, y'all don't understand because I live next to my Boricuas and it was all gravy and we all jump rope together and held hands and singing the old Negro spiritual free LA. Nigga, I think what bothers me the most about Matt's response to this is he's being disingenuous, because even if Matt's personal situation was that he's seen no racism amongst him and his personal peers, he know good and damn well them Hispanics did not mess with no niggas like that. Yes, they was with you playing basketball on the yard. Yes, they was out there watching you rap so they can steal your culture. Yes, they didn't mind hanging out with you, but you know good and damn well they did not want you in their houses. They did not want you dating their peoples back in them days, because Matt to say he 30-something years old, whatever. You know what I mean? That's a problem for me, because you're being disingenuous. You're trying to make a narrative that you know is not true. And I've had people from New York come on here and tell me that's a damn lie. That's of your age group. So Matt, stop the cap. Stop the cap. Another thing I wanted to say with Matt. Matt is not a Black American. Matt is a Caribbean. There was only one group of people in the world, not the city bitch, not the country hoe, the world. There was one particular group of people that were abused, that were unalived, that were persecuted under the name nigger. And that's the Black American. Nobody else. Not the Jamaican, not the Bahamian, not the South American, not the African, not the Black European, not the Black Hawaiian, not just one particular group of people suffered under that term. They wrote it on trees. They put signs around our ancestors' necks when they would hang them. They said it. That was some of the last words some of them our ancestors said before they passed. All types of stuff. They were writing on our businesses, our trucks. They would write newspaper articles about the nigger. that was only one group of people. The Black American, the foundational Black American, the African American, the Jew, the Hebrew, or whatever y'all, the Hebrew Israelite, the Muslim, the 5%, just us. That's it. ADOS, that's it. Not none of the rest of y'all. So the fact that we have non-Black Americans giving passes to clear Hispanics and clear people in general, it bothers me. Yes, Freeman. Thank you, Boot Camp. Freeman. Absolutely. It bothers me because who give you the right to give the pass? Because to be completely honest, and this is just if we're gonna go all the way in on it, if we're gonna play, we're gonna talk, or what we're gonna do. Because if we're gonna really go in on it, you shouldn't be saying it. If we're really gonna be honest about the conversation, math shouldn't use the term. As a matter of fact, you should be given permission to use the term. So if you get permission, you ain't damn sure shouldn't be able to give somebody else permission, because that nigger word does not apply to you. Now, if Mac want to say what happened in the Bahamas, what he say from Barbados and what term they use to the Barbados people, I'm here for it. We could discuss it. But other than that, Mac, you don't get to tell nobody in the boogie down if they can or can't use the word, because who gave you the pass to use the word? Again, I'm from the dirty, deep down south. Dirty, funky dirty. I'm from New Orleans. Well, when you get off, it smells like alligators, swamps, and Bourbon Street. Do you hear me? The culture is different in the South. And if we're going to say that we need to understand cultures, then just like Math is saying, we need to understand New York culture, which is one small borough, 5 boroughs, small boroughs. Then I would encourage Math and people who think like Math to consider what we, as the entire South, you know, where the majority of the Black Americans come from, because you do know if you're from New York, you're probably from somewhere in the Carolinas. Your people probably from the Carolinas, Georgia, you know, most of my Mississippi, Alabama people went to Detroit, Philly, Chicago, but most of them people up there come from here. So with that being said, who gives you the authority? You come off the boat, put on your hoodie and your Timbs, and you just jumped in. So that's a whole nother conversation that could be had, but I'm not going to harp on it. But I think that that's part of the problem why we have the Fat Joes who could sit up there and shave his head off so he won't look so clear. Let's talk about it. But that's why we can have the Fat Joes who can sit up there and say with their chest how they feel and say broke ass niggas, radical racist niggas in front of a Matt Hoffa. He doesn't feel this thing like we would because he ain't no nigga. Does that make sense? Race, ethnicity, and culture are 3 different things. Yes, they can be synonymous, but they are 3 different things. Let me show you something. Hold on. Y'all get the likes up on the video, bro. Get the likes up on the video. I showed this photo before. I don't know if it was over here. It may have been at Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. Again, if you're interested in this type of content, I normally don't come to this platform with that. I typically go to Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. I have a morning jokes where we discuss topics like this all the time. Also, I have Educational Friday and other things of that nature. This is more of the non-political fun channel. But since we're here, I feel like everybody needs to hear the message. So this is where we're going to roll with it, okay? So what Fat Joe is not trying to be honest about is who Fat Joe really and truly is. And what Fat Joe did was he understood that us Black Americans were so miseducated about who we are that we wouldn't understand that he's different. Hell, we wouldn't understand that Matt Hoffa or Uncle Luke or any of these people are different. But they're different not because we don't share the same race. Yes, we are all of the Negroid race. Nobody never said that wasn't the case. So when they bring up racist, I don't really understand. If a Fat Joe to say racist, that lets me further know that he understands that he ain't Black. Okay. But neither here nor there. Let me get it back up here. Sorry, y'all. But what Fat Joe did was, because he understood that we didn't at the time, because we waking up, but we did not understand who we were, and we were very miseducated about who we are. And we were thought to have all the same lineage. Oh, everybody come from Africa. We had the the Prince of Pancoochie. What's his name? We had the Prince of Pancoochie on here lying to us, telling us that we all the same because we all Africa, Prince of Pan-African is bull crap. We had them up here not knowing that we were being lied to and lied on. And what the foreigners with the hard R did was they saw an opening and they slid right on through. So what they did was they was like, oh man, bet this'll work. They said, all we got to do is act like one of them. They ain't gonna know the difference. And then as soon as we act like one of them, everything gonna be good. Get the likes up. Get the likes up on the video. I'm about to show y'all who Fat Joe really and truly is. Because see, all he got to do, because we were asleep, but we waking up now. All he had to do was shave his head. This is Fat Joe at an old party. All he had to do was shave his head and talk the lingo, put the Timbs on, and everything would be all cool. Now, this is early hip hop. Early hip hop. You see Black Americans doing their thing, probably some Caribbeans mixed in that don't want to say who they is, but neither here nor there. But this is Black Americans doing their hip hop thing, and we're going to see Funky Fat Joe in the corner, who's going to be looking like a Fed that I believe that he is. Mind you, he is tied in with a lot of politics, the left, to be exact. And it always gave me, I don't quite trust this dude. Plus, I never really was into no Puerto Ricans and all of that on the rap scene. I just never seen one I liked. So this is Fat Joe. Okay? Fat Joe, who was probably, in my opinion, I'm a conspiracy theorist, y'all. So let's go into my conspiracy theory bag right quick. Please don't take nothing I'm saying serious. Don't even listen to it. Just keep your ears open. I'm a conspiracy theorist. But this photo and this still shot right here makes me feel like he was purposely set up to scope out Black America, take a look around, see how you can, like, you know how you go undercover? Yeah, go scope it out. Get your face known out there. They say he used to wear kufis and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Get in good. So he probably had a cover with Big Pun, or I can come in through the Puerto Ricans, the terror squad, boom, boom, boom. The next thing you know, I can sacrifice him, get him up out of the way. Again, this is all conspiracy theory. I could sacrifice him, get him up out of here. First, let me use him to get me on the scene, because we wouldn't have knew the Negro, or no, he not a Negro. We wouldn't have knew the gallon of milk if he hadn't come on the scene with Big Pun, and we wouldn't have knew Big Pun if he didn't get with not Fat Joe, with Joe to say, I don't wanna be a player no more. Punisher, Big Punisher, Big Pun. Would have never heard of him. I'm just saying. If Joe wouldn't have been on the hook, I still don't know all the lyrics to Big Pun part. New York people love Big Pun. I don't have no problem with Big Pun. As a matter of fact, Big Pun gave props to Black Americans. I've talked about that on this channel before, so I don't have no problem with Big Pun. However, I feel like in my conspiracy theory bag, he was going to come on the scene, scope it out, look at Fat Joe, scope out the scene, see what he can get into it, creep in through the terror squad, go get the black girl, because you gotta have somebody black. So go get that dirty bum busted broad up out of, where's she from in New York? Remy Ma, the one who looked like the streets raised her. Go get her. Let her come on the scene. She can rap though, so people gonna co-sign you because in Pun, because y'all with Remy. Now, Remy and Pun may not have known nothing about this, because typically when you go undercover, you can't have everybody in on the trick. You the only one got to be in on it. Again, this is a conspiracy theory. Don't pay me no mind, but keep your ears open. So, boom. So, Fat Joe will come in, scoop out, get his way through Big Pun, Remy Ma, and then he gets into the culture with Lean Back after Big Pun was rest in peace. He get into the culture with Remy Ma on some Lean Back shit, naive, and then boom, right through there, Right through there is his opening, because now he's got the entire black culture looking at him. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of New York. I'm telling you, outside of New York, way down in the booth in the bottom of the map, this is where we found him at. Big Pun and Lean Back. Okay? Now, y'all might know the mixtapes. I don't know nothing about that. I'm telling you, outside of the boroughs, we didn't know this man until he said Lean Back. Okay, and I also recall, because I was listening to Tariq live earlier, how he tried to say that the franchise boys stole his Lean Back because they did Lean With It, Rock With It. Have you lost your tamale eating mind? You clear? First and foremost, the South is a culture within itself. And that's why I always had an issue with this whole birth of hip hop thing, because the South has always had its own version of hip hop. I hope you know that. Matter of fact, shout out to Tariq Nasheed in the movie Microphone Check. I rented it. I watched it yesterday. Wonderful, phenomenal piece of work. Let me say that. Because the pioneers who were there on the screen saying that's cap. Okay? So with that being said, the South, most of the pioneers who were the early scatting and the early rapping and the early what we call now breakdancing, or what was called like tapping and all that stuff, most of those people come from the South. That's why Motown's label was filled with artists from Detroit by way of where, boys and girls? The South. Louis Armstrong, born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. Muddy Waters, New Orleans, Louisiana, or some part of Louisiana. Fats Dominoes, the early pioneers of rock and roll, jazz. What are you talking about? They all come from the South. Howlin' Wolf, the South. Yeah, they were up there in Chicago and Detroit, but they come from the South. So why would, where culture is curated in the South, why, James Brown, yeah, why would we have to go look to a Puerto Rican up in New York who we still don't know the verse to this day? Why would we have to go to him for the influence when we are the influence? As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for the ancestors from here that went there, that wouldn't exist. Like, but the conquistador signs have always been there. But if you have been all inclusive, like most people, not me, because my mama ain't never been all inclusive. So I guess it's a chip off the old block. You know what I'm saying? If I could let y'all hear some of the things my mama be saying, y'all would be like, damn, you know. So, but I ain't never been all inclusive. And it ain't because I ain't never been multicultural or been around other cultures, because like I said, I grew up in a city where it was 89% blacks and a small percentage of Vietnamese. Them people did not play with us like that. Even the ones, the small few who hung out with the blacks, ain't none of them never used the N-word. Never. We didn't play like that. So I don't care about the Puerto Ricans and y'all's relationship up there. It don't matter. In the South, most people have not been to other cultures or whatever, or have not been across other cultures, but there's a mutual respect. You see what I'm saying? So Fat Joe, in my belief, was sent to scoop out the scene, y'all. Sent to scoop out the scene and weasel his way on in. And who he was going to weasel behind? Who they always weasel behind? A black person. It's, in particular, in this position, a black woman, Remy Ma. And she's so dumb, she don't even realize it, because she was the one giving him the okay to use the N-word. But neither here nor there, okay? So, boom. I believe he a Fed. That's what I believe. I don't know it to be a fact, but I believe he's a Fed, and he's been a Fed this whole time. Because when you really think about it, has any of his albums really ever sold? Like, I ain't never heard nobody be like, oh, that Fat Joe album went platinum. I never even heard nobody say it went gold. So I don't know. If y'all buy the albums, please let me know. Y'all get in here and get the likes up. If y'all buy the albums, y'all let me know, because I ain't never had a Big Pun CD. Not Big Pun. I ain't never had and I never had a Big Pun CD neither. No shade. But I ain't never had a Fat Joe album, a Fat Joe CD. I ain't never recorded, birthed a Fat Joe song. None of that. None of that. KP Gossip, thank you for the super chat. Who you know our nosy bus want to see. Girl, that's why I had to show it to y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Love is stronger than death. Thank you for the super chat. I'm from DC, and we don't play like that either. Period. Because you know why too? DC is a heavily populated black area. Oh, yay. Where there's typically heavily black Americans, people don't play like that. So it ain't just a Southern thing. People typically, when there's a lot of mostly Black Americans, we don't play like that. We don't. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Vu, I've been to every Caribbean island in the Northern Hemisphere. All of them except Jamaican acquiesce to the clears. I stay clear of those islands, especially the French Caribbean. You know what's crazy? When I was talking to the people from Antigua, this is no shade. This is no shade. They can't stand the people in Jamaica. Allegedly. They was like, they say the people in Jamaica think that they're the epitome of the Caribbeans, and it was like, and plus they give the Caribbeans a bad name. So I know you ain't lying. I know you ain't lying, Pure Joy. I know you ain't lying because I done heard it from my own eyes. I look at me, heard it from my own eyes. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. I'm born and raised here in NYC. The use of the N-word is used by all Hispanics. Black people have given them the pass and invited them to the cookout. We have to stop saying it, period. Touche. I ain't gonna lie though. I'm from the South. We say it. And that's somebody else said. My whole family said. My grandma said. My mama said. My daddy said. I don't think my child really said, but yeah, it's deeply rooted. My great grandma said it. Girl, everybody said. But I understand the sentiment though. You know what I mean? Shout out, Carolyn. Thank you for the super chat. White boy Rick tease feds. Don't he look like white boy Rick? Girl, he's giving fed tease. He is. Pure Joy, thank you again for the super chat. Puerto Ricans were on the rap NY scene, specifically behind the scenes. They were the B-boys and graffiti artists, never on the mic turntables. They were there though. So according to the Microphone Check documentary, y'all check it out on Prime Video. They came in on all of that stuff in the latter part of the 70s, early 80s. So they weren't even there at the inception, because the people who were there during the inception of this stuff, when they were creating this, were all on the platform, and they all said that they weren't there. From what I'm understanding from the Microphone Check documentary, they said that the Puerto Ricans came later, and they weren't even the first taggers. They weren't the first B-boys. They wasn't the first none of that. They just like tacked on, allegedly. No, I ain't gonna say allegedly. I'm gonna go with the hip hop pioneers. That's what they said. KP Gossip, thank you for the super chat. I'm 48 from Baltimore. Ain't no way his big red ass would have been in our house party. That's another thing, KP Gossip. Let me tell you something. Boy, if we was in New Orleans, especially back in the days, and it's a bunch of niggas, and he would have walked in, I'm telling you, the record would have went skirt. No cap. The DJ would have scratched the record. But again, because the nigga looked like he had to arrest somebody. I don't understand how they all just dancing and acting. Wait. Shout out to my Black Americans, man. Y'all didn't know. But how y'all still dancing with this nigga over there looking like Michael Myers? Girl, what? Girl, he looked like he calling for backup. Oh, my people. They must have been serving liquor at that party. They must have weren't paying attention. Because, girl, if he'd have came in the party in New Orleans holding the wall looking like that, girl, somebody would have had to go up to him and be like, who you is? Who you know? Who you is? And whoever vouched for you, they had to question them. How you know this white boy? Oh, he Puerto Rican, man. How you know this white boy? Yeah, get him up out of here. We don't, get him up out of here. You know what I mean? I'm just saying how I be where I'm from. Because he just looking suspect like a mug, huh? Kiki31, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome to the Dollhouse. Out the Matrix, thank you for the super chat. Speak on it, boo. Most of the indigenous Americans in New York that started hip-hop has Southern roots. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to my indigenous Americans, my Black indigenous Americans, because I'm just saying, this right here was scary. They must have spiked their drink. They must have had that Tuesday at the party. And nobody was paying attention. They must have been rolling or something, girl. They said an Italian from Cuba. Girl, who knows who this clear man is? But anyway, I want to get into some of what Math had to say, y'all. Let's keep Fed Joe on the line. I want to get into some of what Math had to say. I'm not going to play the video with the audio because Math likes to strike people down to the ground, okay? Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Please get the likes up. Rojo Negra, Habiti, thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you. Welcome to the Dollhouse, y'all. I'm all over my words. All right, let's get into some of the things that this person has to say. Like I said, he wants us to acquiesce to New York culture, and that just don't go like that. Let's get into it.
I grew up in Brooklyn at a time when hip hop was, the most prevalent, in my opinion.
So I guess, where do we start? Where do we start? To the people who have been expressing their outrage towards me, or the people upset by, you know, any comments that was made on a platform, it's not my goal to upset.
Thank you, Nikki, Miss Parker for gifting 5 memberships. Nene, Atomic Indigo, Abundant One, Gina Diaz, and Bougie on a Budget. Welcome to the dollhouse, Fat. So he's trying to say that it wasn't his intention as he go in to say he don't care. He was doing a lot of talking loud and ain't saying nothing in this situation. Check it out.
Set you niggas. It's not my goal.
Yes, he's a tether.
I am confused, though. Like, you can't claim to be about the people and then turn around and insult the same people that you're supposed to be standing up for. Like, if we have a different point of view, it might be because we're not standing in the same location.
What does that have to do with it?
All right? I've never claimed to be a hip-hop connoisseur or a historian. Y'all could give that title to Mech, Kim, whoever. Y'all give it to somebody else. I've never claimed that. I've been a very popular battle rapper in this shit.
We saw.
I broke into this podcast space unexpectedly. No one saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? I shared a space with the names of artists who've been, you know, presented to the world, had marketing budgets and shit behind them. and honestly, to some, they probably feel like I don't belong here. Like, why do I have a voice, right? What was it about me that made this my expert opinion thing kick off?
Can I say this too? I'm not from New York, but I'm Black and I'm an American. My lineage goes here, nowhere else. Let me say this on both sides. Black Americans have no problem with people engaging in a culture. As we can see, we'd be the first ones to invite them up to the cookout. We really don't mind, especially Black Caribbeans. And at one point in time, it was Africans. Now we just stick to the Caribbeans for the most part. But we never had a problem with people indulging in our culture because we allow everybody to come into it and we support them. So I don't understand that, some people feel like certain people shouldn't be here. We feel like the people who are here are taking and not giving back and then turning and wagging the finger at us, trying to make it seem like they could check us and tell us what to do while they make all our money. And we getting rid of them people. And the people who sympathize with them got to go too. They got to go. And he's starting backwards talking about, y'all want to tear down the same people you say you uplift. Why don't you tell that to Fat Joe? He claimed he Black. Why would he get on there and call FBA a bunch of broke niggas? Yeah, Lady Nate, we definitely need to gatekeep. And that's what's happening. And that's why everybody freaking out.
Couldn't tell you, bro. I'm just being me. If there's anything that you can count on me to be, it's me. I'm not with the fakeness. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with the fakeness. I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel about shit. And if you don't agree with me, you don't agree with me. Okay? Now, me not being a historian, my exposure to hip hop, if I had to say where this poetry over drums originated, I would give that credit to the Last Poets. Big shout out to those brothers. They were really about unity, right?
Now, I don't know who the Last Poets is. I don't know who those people are, but we've been doing poetry over drums for centuries. We've been doing poetry over drums for centuries. As a matter of fact, do you want to know one of the early signs of poetry over drums and poetry over music, or if that's the case may be? The church. Let me give you an example. The Black American church. You Go down to the Father, lay down by the sword, and you tell him what you want, cause Jesus gonna make it right. And you go down by the God, and you lay your head by the feet of the Lord, and that's poetry over the drum, the music. And that's not even the earliest, but that's one of the early ones that we can say go back at least centuries. We've been rocking like that. What are you talking about? The only thing difference from that in what we have now is cadence and subject matter. That's it. Cadence, subject matter. Cadence, subject matter. Cadence, subject matter. That's it. And that's one of many earlier proofs that, I don't know who the last poets is. I don't know who them folks is. But if you don't know what the hell you talking about and you're a guest in the culture, why not have somebody on your channel who do know what they're talking about? Now, originally he said he had Tyreek on the show, but now he's saying, I don't know. You want to know another example of poetry over beat? Y'all remember back in the days, we weren't here, obviously, but when our ancestors worked on the railroad, work a 9 to 5 now, 9 to 5 now, 9 to 5 now, work hard every day, and yay! As a matter of fact, did you know that the reason that the military has cadences when they march, they do what they call them, jodies? Do you know that comes from Black American culture? The military tells you that. The military tells you that. But now when it comes to hip hop, the foreigners with the hard R and the clears are trying to tell us something completely. Come on, man. Let me get to the meat and potatoes of this. Because he was talking loud and ain't saying nothing for real, to be completely honest.
You know, TNT, Grenadians. Shout out to all the West Indians. Shout out to all the African Americans. Shout out to all the Puerto Ricans. Shout out to all the Dominicans. Shout out to everyone who has played a role. The white boys. Shout out to everybody. I'm not the exclusion guy. If we're telling a story and we getting our facts straight, that's cool. But if everyone has a different opinion on how this thing originated, then you can't really judge people for having things a little bit fuzzy. Right? It's not like there's a hip hop history book or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? Right? But for me, this hip hop thing has never been about race. At least, I mean, not to me. I mean, despite the fact that blacks dominated, you know, and at times used this art form to uplift our culture. Right? I never looked at hip hop as just it is Black culture. I never saw it as that.
And this is why this is important. If you listen, if you just shut your mouth and open your ears, people will tell you everything about themselves that you ever need to know. And y'all could be talking about refrigerators. If you just listen to people speak, you'll hear everything you need to know. Now, Matt just got on here and said, hey, bro, I never saw it as just, even though he said it was predominantly Black, I never saw it as just Black culture. There's a reason, because your perspective, not just the New York perspective, but your cultural perspective makes you think like that, brother Math. See, you can't be mad at the progenitors and the creators of a culture that we don't want to think the way that you think. If anything, as a guest in the culture, you should try to acquiesce to the way that we think, or at least sympathize and empathize with how we feel about the situation, right? And also with Math, what I don't like about Math here is that he's still trying to tap dance for Fat Joe without directly tap dancing for Fat Joe. Because you bringing up everything except the fact that white boy came in your barbershop, set his big nasty ass, his knock-knee nasty ass up there, and said that FBA is a bunch of broke niggas, radical racists. Why don't you address that, the Math? Because that will be too much like right. So now you coming over here to the progenitors and creators of the culture and trying to get us to think the way that you think, and it's just not going to work. It's just not. He was talking loud and wasn't saying nothing. I'm telling you.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, my great-grandparents didn't listen to hip-hop.
Because they were foreigners, sir. Because if your great-grandparents were of the culture, no, they didn't listen to hip-hop because hip-hop didn't exist. But you know what did exist? The stuff that was created to make hip-hop. So they would hear a hip-hop song and be like, oh, that's James Brown. Oh, that's Dizzy Gillespie and something like that. Like, again, your great-grandparents are listening to country music because that's what they played for y'all. You get it? They weren't even here. So, of course, they weren't.
And I wouldn't say that they didn't have no culture. So I never, you know what I mean? I knew it was the offspring of Black culture, Black and brown culture.
No, see how you do that all-inclusive shit? I knew it was the offspring of Black culture, Black and brown culture. Math works for the establishment, in my opinion. Math definitely works for the establishment, in my opinion. I saw it on that Smart guy interview that Smart did over there at the thing when he was trying to expose the Illuminati and all that stuff. Nobody's going to tell me any different. I believe that Math Hoffa works for the establishment. That's how he could jump out the window from doing hard poetry, get knocked in the head, to having this major platform on YouTube. All of a sudden, don't ask me why I'm just successful. I don't know. You know exactly why you're successful, my nigga. You know why. You could sit there with the Puerto Ricans and all that stuff, but you won't have no Black person on there to combat it. It's giving Fed tease, I'm telling you.
But I never looked at it as this is just the Black culture.
Of course not.
You know what I mean? I never looked at it like that. I could be wrong. You know, some of y'all could have a difference of opinion. I'm just telling you how I feel about it. I've noticed that when people of other races come close to this culture or make waves in this culture, that they're looked at as culture vultures. And that never really made sense to me, because the people that are usually targeted are either people who had a strong admiration for this culture and wanted to be a part of it, or, you know, people who just grew up kind of observing. You dig what I'm saying? People who have a love for it naturally. And I would never want to discourage that. That's not the goal for me. It's not to discourage that.
Shut up.
A vulture? No, you wouldn't, right?
Oh, this is the part that had me.
LeBron a vulture? Would you call
Hold on.
Cole? That's not the goal for me. It's not to
Look at the
discourage
comparison.
that.
Watch this comparison. Pete.
But calling somebody a culture vulture, and from what I'm hearing, the reason why is they didn't create it, right? Well, if I look at something like sports, right? Basketball, Blacks did not create the NBA. Would you call Michael Jordan a vulture? Would you call LeBron a vulture? Would you call Kobe a vulture? No.
Let me educate my brother on this right here. He's trying to say, if we call everybody outside of us a culture vulture, then we should look at it the same through basketball. So first of all, a sport is a sport. It's not a culture. But secondly, basketball, football, and at one point baseball, but not no more, because they deliberately took us out of that, like country music. But those sports are dominated by Black Americans. Do you want to know why, Brother Math? Because the indigenous Black Americans who were here before Columbus and all them other conquistadors got off the boat, and all them colonizers got off the boat, they were already playing those games. You see, the clear people don't create nothing. They colonize. That's their gift. They don't have a creative bone in their body. They steal and they colonize. That's it. So there's a reason why we dominate those sports. We don't have to lay claim to the creation of the sport, because it's in the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the fucking pudding. They tried to give us what's the white boy from the Celtics back in the 90s? in the late 80s. They tried to give us him when Magic was up there, and even that kind of fell to the wayside. We don't have to lay claim to basketball. Basketball lays claim to us. And then furthermore, a sport and a culture are two different things. What are you talking about? Larry Bird, thank you, Queen Diamonds. A sport and a culture are two completely different things. What are you talking about? Like, he really sounds stupid, bro.
You wouldn't, right?
He don't want to be educated.
But sports and culture, that's you know, I guess some people say there's a total difference with, or you know, hating on Fat Joe, or it's the same people that refuse to acknowledge that Eminem is one of the greats.
Eminem is a player, and he's not one of the greats to me. See, this is the difference. He's saying that the people who hate on Fat Joe are the same ones that won't acknowledge Eminem is one of the greats. First of all, I was mad at niggas for running around here saying Eminem was one of the greats. Why? Because the nigga could put a bunch of words. He could put 100 words in one sentence. Black people didn't even identify with Eminem's music. Let's start there first. Unless he was on a song with a Black American and he's not talking about unaliving his mama, his child, and his baby mother, we didn't understand that. We didn't identify with that. He had to get on Renegade with Jay-Z for us to be like, oh, okay, we like that. He had to get on songs with Lil Wayne where he's not talking about the stuff that he talk about. He, in my opinion, he was a plant too. Come on now. We don't identify with Eminem and that trailer park rap. We don't identify with that. He goes along with the Post Malones of the world. We don't identify with that bull. Come on now. And that's another thing. Shout out to who put that in the chat. But Twista did it first. But, oh, my bad. Twista was a thick Black American and people didn't like that. My bad. We rather hear it from the Clears than to hear it from a Black American Negro who didn't fit the bill of what they felt like the rapper should look like. Goodbye.
And of course, it's all, you know.
Sucking Joe's pecker.
It's all perspective, right?
No, it ain't perspective.
You got to understand why people look at the fights people are choosing to pick, and words like racist come up. Discrimination, right? Now let's take Jesse Norman, one of the greatest voices ever in opera music, but she was Black. And she was discriminated against.
We created that too.
I told y'all earlier, I'm not the type of person that I don't want to take on the role.
Let me fast forward him because math really making me mad.
For the record, I just mentioned two people, Fat Joe and Eminem. For the record, Eminem was one of the first superstars to co-sign my expert opinion.
That's you. That's your bag. What that got to do with us? So Eminem retweeted my expert opinion. So now we all supposed to grovel at Eminem's feet because Master gave you a biscuit? That's what he put. Man, I wish I could turn into Vicky Diller right now. So we supposed to grovel at Eminem's feet because he retweeted and gave you a biscuit. How Vicky Diller be saying, God today? What is you talking about, Negroid? Remember I told y'all about the mindsets? Remember I told y'all about the mindsets? You're hearing the mindset right here. You're hearing it.
One of the first early in the game, right?
So?
And Fat Joe pulling up to a barbershop to chop it up with a battle rapper catapulted my platform like out of here.
What does that have to do with the collective of Black people?
Forever in depth, right? Now, how would I look telling someone who I not only grew up listening to, or not only grew up in the streets that birthed this culture, that they can't speak on a culture? especially a culture that they help catapulting my status in.
Again, you're hearing the perspective that I was telling you about with some of these people from these foreign nations. All he's talking about is how these people helped him. He don't give a damn about the collective. He don't give a damn about the Black Caribbeans. He don't give a damn about the Black Americans. He's on here pleading his case, trying to tell me and you that, hey, listen, let these clears go by. They retweeted the expert opinion. Fat Joe came out here and peed in front of my barbershop one time. It went viral. Stop. Leave him alone, Negroes. That's what he's saying. But what is that even? Let's talk about the Black people that you claim that Black Americans are racist against. What does that do for the collective of Black people? I'm talking about Black Americans, Black Caribbeans, and Black Africans. What does that do for the rest of us? Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Like, I grew up listening to Fat Joe.
You the only one, child.
I grew up in the same buildings, ran the same streets with a lot of my Hispanic friends, right?
Let me fast forward him. Because he gonna get to the part where he just don't give a damn and he gonna say, he don't care. Be
with us. Like, bro, where are we going here? What are we doing? And 18 years old, preaching in my crib, holding meetings in my, explain my stance on it. And if my stance cannot possibly be harmful towards your stance, so I'm not in opposition. However, the energy that some of these people who believe in comments is giving off is racist.
Now we racist.
And it's backwards racist to me, because it's like, bro, we both walking down the same street. What do you think we are? What do you think other people see? Like, what? You gonna walk around with a flag? Like, come on, son. Like, this is what we fighting over? This is what we fighting over?
You know what this feel like? Catching your man cheating, like catching him in an act, and he trying to swear to God to you, you ain't see what you saw. I'm talking about you walk in on him in the bed with the bitch, and he trying to tell you it wasn't like that. That's what this feels like. Math Hoffa, you're gaslight, or you're attempting to gaslight Black America, and it's not working. It's literally not working. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It will never work. We're not buying it. You can call us racist and reverse racism, and we don't give a damn. We still said what we said. We still said what we said. And we standing on business 2024 going into 2025. Cat said all lies will be exposed. That's what he said in 2024. And the real truth about hip-hop is being exposed. The lies that were told about hip-hop is being exposed. Cat said race is not where we draw the line. It's God's side or the other side. Get up here, Cat. Tell him what you said.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period.
You get it? So while he's sitting up here saying, oh, well, it seemed like some reverse racism because we all won and, you know, blah. We don't give a damn about none of that. We don't care about none of what you're saying. You can call us racist. Fat Joe could get his nasty ass on here and call us radical. We just, hey, Black America, we gonna keep pushing. Keep on trucking, baby. That's what we gonna do. The fuck? Matt done lost his mind.
You only read the chats that fit your false narrative. That's whack, dog. Keep on with the blah, blah, babble. Fila speaks. Apparently, I do read everyone's super chats. Just like the soul doesn't have any color, we should pay attention to who the person is, not the color. Dog fight. Salute to you. Salute to you. I really want to know how y'all feel.
Oh, the Caribbean.
I really want to know how y'all feel, because I'm trying to understand this. Like I said, at one point in my life, I identified as a Hebrew Israelite.
Oh Lord.
Hebrew Israelite.
Oh Lord.
And I walked that path.
Let me tell you this. You know what my issue I got with the Hebrews? Y'all got them clear Hispanics thinking they part of the 12 tribes. I see white boys running around here talking about they Judah. And I ain't trying to get into it with the Hebrews today. But y'all done went so far left. This is just as shocking to me as when I found out the black Muslims take the white people now. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. If y'all listen, if you a Hebrew Israelite, then you must be on the side of math. Because if y'all believe that them clears is in the tribe chart because they lied and told you they daddy or somebody was, let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. So this explains a lot of his mindset too. He was over there with them Hebrews.
Like dedicated, right? And I realized one day when we were, just looking at things a certain way, looking at other races a certain way, I realized like, okay, according to the Torah, you are what your father is, right?
Well,
okay, so let's think about this. You are what your father is.
Well, that's false.
So let's say a brother got stuck in Germany. I keep bringing up Germany. Let's go Sweden. So I've been to Sweden.
Yeah, he about to come up with this weird analogy like, well, if I bring an apple to Germany, is it a German apple or is it just an apple? Craziness. Listen, this is the thing, because I'm not even trying to drag this out. Matt Hoffa is miseducated and willfully ignorant. What do I mean by willfully ignorant? He don't want to know the truth because the truth literally goes against what he got going on. Okay? I believe he might be a Fed too. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm just saying, my conspiracy theory brain tells me he's probably a Fed too. He's probably a Fed too. Okay? Because any nigga, shout out to the General Sarai Suit Setting, because any nigga who come up in the hard poetry world like this,
We're gonna beat the living hell out of you.
I will. Don't dare me to, yeah.
that Arab tore your ass out the frame, man. Any nigga who come up out of the hard poetry world like this, but yet becomes this wildly successful podcaster, is giving Illuminati teas, is giving Fed teas, is giving you and Fed Joe are one and the same. Black Americans, hear me out. This is the way that the dominant society, the people who run the story, this stuff has been able to trick us this whole time. It's been a lot of Fed Joes and it's been a lot of Math Hoffas. They use the Fed Joe to confuse you because they tell us that we all come from Africa, and they use the Math Hoffa to blend into where you don't know the difference. And by the time you realize he ain't one of us, it's too late. You get it? This is how they've been doing it. They also use a lot of the half and halves. They take the biracial people because they're conflicted psychologically with who they want to go with. They use a lot of those people too. Not in the regular everyday life. I'm talking about in politics and in positions of power. These have been the secret weapons of these people from the beginning of time. Think about the movie They Clone Tyrone. The people who was working in the lab were hybrids of black and white people, white dudes with afros. Oh my God, are you here? Are you checking in? Is the math mathing at this point? They have been the secret weapons to this whole thing. The clears who confuse you, the blacks like math who cosplay and you don't even know the difference until most of us never do, but for the most part, too late. And the half and halves that they put in position of power is Barack Obama, Fed Joe, and Matt Hoffa, in my opinion, in my conspiracy theory mind, are one in the same. Fed Joe ain't no different from Matt Hoffa. Matt Hoffa ain't no different from Fed Joe. Let me get him back up here. These people were sent in to do just what they're doing. Shout out to my people in New York. I told y'all this the last time we went live. New York was purposely drilled with a bunch of Black Caribbeans and white Hispanics to dilute the FBA foundation in New York. That was purposely done on purpose, okay? That was to create the confusion that people like Math and other people in New York who think that we're all the same, that was for that reason, to dilute the bloodline and to dilute the mind. Okay? So this is not your fault if you're in New York or places like New York. This was done on purpose. And it worked up until now. Because we're in the age of Aquarius where we waking up. And the math ain't mathing. And if it don't math, we ain't rocking with it. So now what's happening is now that we see, holy crap, we got played. Our mamas got played. Our grandmamas got played. Our great-grandmamas got played. The millennials and the Gen Xers are saying, party over, pack it up, you're out of here. Now, the response from the people who've been eating very fat and very handsomely off of us are the people who are calling us racist, radical, and separatists. Think about it. When you hear people say that they believe us are radical or racist or separatists, think about who those people are. Do they benefit off of Black American culture? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. It's time for y'all to wake up. They've been playing in our face for a long time, but gone are the days. Gone are the days because we woke now. We getting up now. We out the bed. We done snoozed the alarm clock so many times to where we got to get up. So we up now. And no matter what they say, it don't matter what they say. Because they're trying to do anything to make sure that they continue to benefit off of our ignorance. We're done. We're done. We're absolutely done. Don't let nobody browbeat you, shame you, or none of that into, well, this is dividing us. We have a bigger fish to fry. We need to be fighting the common enemy. Okay, well, how about this? When we first allowed you into the fold, we thought we were fighting the common enemy together. But at the same time, when the battle would go down, when we looked to our left and we looked to our right, we didn't see you. We didn't see you. And for a long time, we ignored the fact that we didn't see you. We caught it. We made mental notes, but we ain't really tripped. Now, those grandparents had kids, and then those kids had kids, which is us, and we saying, if we don't see you, you got to get the fuck up out of here. Because you may as well be on the other side. Like, that's just where we at with it. And that's why they over there having a conniption fit, because time is up. And let me say this too. This has nothing to do with trying to divide from other Black people. We love our allies. We want to have our allies. But just like we need to come. Listen, they say, I can't help you until I help myself. When you get on a plane, they say if the plane crash, when the lady do the thing, she said, when the plane crash, the oxygen mask gonna fall from the top. And what she say? First, grab the mask and put the mask on you first. Once your mask is secured, you can turn to your neighbor and help your neighbor. But if they don't say help your neighbor put their mask on first, it tells you to put your foundational Black Americans or Black Americans, we putting our mask on first. If you get mad that we'd rather be able to breathe in order to save you, then you are the problem. We trying to get our shit together first. Then we'll come back in, boom, boom, boom. And anybody who have a problem with that, just know why. In my Cat Williams voice. Anybody who has a problem with that, you know why. Again, shout out to the allies. We love the allies. But I'm talking about these ones who've been eating fat and high off the hog. Your day's over, fat. Pack your bags, fat. And Math Hoffa, you got on here in a roundabout way just to basically say that you still is on the side of Fat Joe. And that's fine. Just you pick your side, stay over there, my nigga. Black America, this is your time to shine. Y'all did it in other situations. Hey, I'm not telling you to boycott nobody, but what I'm saying to foundational Black Americans, African Americans, whatever we is, what I'm saying to y'all is if y'all want to really make these mother effers no stop playing with us and to make sure that respect is given, y'all gonna stand on business. All that we mad today and then next week is cool because he got Michael Jordan on the channel. No, we can't cancel Fat Joe. He already canceled. We just got to make sure he's not even allowed in certain rooms. But what I'm talking about with this situation, we have to start standing on business. We can't just talk about it. We got to be about it. We have to. Disrupting Reality NYC, thank you for the super chat. The core issue is people don't respect Black American culture traditions enough to study it. A lot of people believe being Black is enough of a requirement to be an expert on Black American culture. And that's huge. You're so right. They have a lot of Black people who just feel like Godfrey. Godfrey's one of those people. Remember I showed y'all the video yesterday with Rod Digger and they were talking about Fat Joe using the N-word in Puerto Ricans. A lot of those people feel like because I'm Black, even though they don't share the culture or ethnicity, a lot of those people feel like the fact that I share melanin with you gives me the same right to say and have a will. And you don't. You don't. Black foreigners are guests in the culture too. Same difference from if I go to Jamaica, if I go to Antigua, if I go to Bahamas, if I go wherever I go, if I can put on a Jamaican bathing suit all day long, I am a guest in their culture. I am a guest in these people's culture. If I go to Africa, I am a guest. If I put on a doggone a dashiki or whatever they wear, I am a guest in their culture and I will respect them as such. Black Americans do that all the time. But I don't understand why we can't get it in return. We got to start standing on business. And that's just that on that. Because see, we don't go nowhere else trying to take over these stuff. We never have and we never will. Because we got enough of our own stuff that people steal. We are guests in everybody else's culture. We respect the same respect that y'all respect. Because y'all expect. Because I tell you what, let me go over to Barbados. Let a bunch of us go over to Barbados and then in a year get online and say, we created Barbadian culture. Watch Matt lose his fucking mind. I would say wherever Fat Joe from, but who knows where he's from. He's such a plant. He got Italian, Cuban, Puerto Rican. I don't know what the hell Fat Joe is. Hell, Fat Joe might not know what Fat Joe is. So I would use him as an example, but I don't know what's going on. Jen, thank you for the super chat. Boo, check out an old movie called Aaron Loves Angela. That's easy how it really was between Blacks and Puerto Ricans. They don't F with us. Oh, I got one better for you. Spike Lee already showed us. Oh, yeah. Yes, he did. Whoa, yes, he did. Let's go see what Spike had showed us. Oh, yeah. Spike had already showed us. Let's get it. In the movie Do the Right Thing, y'all remember Radio Raheem? Y'all remember Radio Raheem from Do the Right Thing? I'm about to show y'all because see, this was back before they wasn't lying like that. You know, this is back when a producer or a director like what's his name? Like a person like Spike Lee was able to tell the truth in his art. Let's go get the clip. Oh, yeah. Because see, what we're not going to do is let Matt tell us it was this utopia back then and everybody loved everybody and everybody was all together and I don't understand the big problem because we love each other. Y'all being separatists. Remember that? Y'all being a separatist and we don't want to separate. We need to come together because we Black. And Black people need to stick together because we Black. Black, blackity, black. Remember he said that? Hold on, I'm about to get the video. I had it on here too. Hold on. I'm about to get it. Y'all get the likes up. Y'all get the damn likes up. Let me show you. I hope I ain't go too far down, too far up at least. Hold on. I just saw it when I was scrolling down to look for that other video. Hold on. It was a part in the movie Do the Right Thing when Radio Raheem was walking around with his boombox and the Puerto Ricans was telling him to shut that jungle music up and all of that stuff. Because that's what it really was. Oh, I forgot to talk to y'all about Olivia. Y'all remember Olivia who used to be with G Unit? It ain't what I heard. You said you loved me in December. They said that was a nigga. Or at least that's what the game said. I didn't remember that. We'll talk about that another day. Hold on. Let me show y'all. I be retweeting so much stuff. Y'all get the likes up on the video. If you're interested in this type of content, I've said this before. This is not normally where I have this content. I normally have it on my channel, Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. Typically, this is the fun channel, the non-political channel. But I wanted to talk about this stuff because it was on my mind, and I was like, screw it. We're going to go over to the dollhouse and we're going to juice it out. So y'all make sure y'all get the likes up. Make sure y'all get the likes up. Make sure y'all get the likes up. I want to show y'all how the Puerto Ricans was as it pertained to Black Americans. Spike Lee did a whole movie about the Puerto Ricans and the Italians and the blacks and all of that. I remember it. Hold on. I retweeted it. I'm going to find it. But don't let nobody tell you that you wrong for wanting to gatekeep your culture because everybody else do it. And that's just that on that. Everybody else and their mama gatekeep their culture. But when we do it, it's a problem. Nah, we not doing that. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. I think it's down here. I might have to search it. I wanted to show y'all this clip. I'm going to search it. Hold on. Here you go, right here. Here you go. Y'all get the likes up. Let me show y'all. Look. Wait, let me back it up.
Chill, you think you got it like that, bro? Got a chocolate? Let's go, motherfucker.
Heard them chocolate? Look. Mind you, these people like this in their own countries. Puerto Rico is highly segregated. If you didn't know, go to Puerto Rico. You don't need no passport. Puerto Rico is extremely segregated, like Jim Crow segregated. Oh, yeah. They don't want to talk about that, dude.
Inferno, man, blow it! Yeah, blow it away!
I'm only stopping it for copyright purposes, y'all. So if I keep stopping it, it's because I don't want to get a strike.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. What's up? Yo, Steve, put up loud. Yeah, man. Yo,
as you can see, they wasn't even listening to hip hop. This is a Spike Lee Do the Right Thing. Pendejo. What that mean?
Got it, bro.
Stop acting crazy. It was depicted in the movie. It was already there. Depicted. It was depicted. Trey, thank you for the super chat. Math is not confused. He's standing firm on undermining U.S. in a punk gaslighting type of way. I believe that 1,000,000%. Yes, I do. He understands what's going on. He would just rather get on here and act like he don't so that he can stand on his square. That's what I believe, and can't nobody tell me otherwise. You're absolutely right, Trey. Son, thank you for the super chat. Acorn girl in New York City had her brother DJ a house party in 1973. No misticos there. Musical genocide doesn't work. Plenty of elders left to tell it up. And that's another thing. See, typically, like when they stole country, when they stole rock and roll, a lot of those people, even though I know, because Little Richard was singing to the highest top of his lungs that he created hip hop. But a lot of those other people, those early pioneers, they were already gone. But see, I mean, not hip hop, rock and roll. But see, with hip hop, the problem is that shit wasn't that long ago. These people still pop locking and dropping it. So you can't just run it like you did the other genres. Like y'all need to learn from the clears over here, because the conquistador clears are getting it wrong. But you're right. Thank you, son. Viv B, thank you for the super chat. Okay, Vu did her braids and got her nails done and did for the new year. I said, why not go in with a full set? You know what I'm saying? Tight tees or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna read this super chat. Hold on. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I hope I didn't delete it. I hope I didn't delete that comment. I think I deleted somebody's super chat. But do you remember at that versus Fat Joe called Lil Mo and Coco from SWV two dusty bitches by the side of the stage and then said, my bad, I know it was them. I ain't know it was them. No, I don't remember that. Oh wow. I didn't remember that. Oh no, I hope I didn't delete nobody's super chat. But it wouldn't surprise me because Raheem from one of the earlier groups said that he was racist. So it wouldn't surprise me. Danielle Jenkins, thank you for the super chat. She says, Juvie had a chant style of rapping. He FBA. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what I'm trying to say. A lot of those pioneers but they used the style of the ancestors that were from the South. We been had a form of rap in New Orleans. To be completely honest, outside the big New York rappers like LL Cool J, what's the other people? The Run DMC. We didn't listen to a lot of New York rap because we are like, listen, there was a reason why, what's his name? There was a reason why Andre 3000, when he went to those awards, said the South got something to say. You think they were influenced by the people up north when Andre 3 Stacks went to the Source Awards and they had that? Put a one in the chat if y'all remember that. Do you think that he was influenced by up north rappers when him and Big Boy got up there and won that award? No, they were already doing that in the South. They were already doing that. So it was like, oh yes, from what we know hip hop today, yes, that does come from New York. But we were already doing that on our own in the South. We had our own music. We didn't listen to New York music like that. For real, for real. And I don't care where you was from in the South. Texas had their own sound. Tennessee had their own sound. New Orleans had their own sound. Atlanta had their own sound. Everybody had the Mississippi. Everybody had their own sound. So, yeah, that's very disingenuous to me. Very disingenuous. Dimple Pop, thank you for the super chat. People actually grew up on Fat Joe music. Nope. Not nobody I know. Maybe just Matt Hoffa. I don't know. Thank you. Pure Joy, thank you for the super chat. Vu, no one is recognizing the role jazz music played in rap. My father is a famous jazz musician drummer with the Ahmad Jamal Trio. Oh, that's dope. I just received a residual check for a Nas sample. That's dope, Pure Joy. Shout out to your father. But no, without jazz and James Brown, there would be no hip hop. And we all know where both of those things come from. So, yeah. The Don, thank you for the super chat. It was in CNN that 2070 biracials will be the next whites to take their place. Oh, you can see that in basketball and football. You want to know where you can see that at? Go to sports. Go to sports. There's a lot of yellow niggas running around there. It's already in the making. Go to sports. All of the high profile sports players are yellow niggas, biracials, quadroons and octoroons and all that. They did that in politics years ago to get politics out of us. They're doing the same thing in culture. Listen, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything you did has already been done. They never changed the formula. We just never was woke enough to understand what was going on. So that makes sense. Thank you so much. KB, thank you for the super chat. Boo, everyone is crashing out. FBA and FWA out here getting jumped by the immigrants from all angles. Child, it ain't enough for them. It ain't enough for them. One thing about us, we don't play about us. It ain't enough for them. But I saw a lot of them in the chat over there by Math. Over there, oh, we support you. Good. Let's see how far he gets by support with just his people. We all know how that's going to go, but neither here nor there. And Jen, thank you for the super chat. I worked on that Blink and You Miss Me. Oh, blinking, you'll miss me. I don't know what you're talking about, Jen, but thank you for the super chat. Y'all, I got to get off of here. I appreciate everybody in the building, all 1,352 of y'all in the building. I know the likes ain't matching. About 250 of y'all didn't like the video. Y'all get the likes up on the video so we can get the algorithm going. I want to end the video. Shout out to the General from General Sarai Sutin-Seti, where he showed us that math was subtracted from, and it was a time, and I'm telling you, it's giving me tease of he know who to play with and who not to play with, and he'd rather battle us than battle himself. I'm gonna leave y'all with this punch that knocked the sense out of math, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I love y'all, each and every one of y'all. If you're interested in this content, please go to Voodoo Doll TV Reacts. I don't normally talk about it over here. That's where I'm normally at with this content. I do a morning jokes every morning, Monday through Friday. Y'all hit me up over there. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. If you're new to the Dollhouse, subscribe. If you're a returning dollar Dawn, welcome back. But shout out to everybody in the building. Love y'all down to the ground, and peace.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. We live, baby. Come on. That's right. Okay. Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I won't
blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's a beat for me.
Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up. Then it bust it open, lift it up. Yeah, come on, lift it up. Then it bust it open for your B-O-Y. Then it for your rockin' for your lift it up, baby. Mix it with your bossa now.
Come on, blaze. So you know.
Drop me a nasty beat.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.